Yeah, I just want to talk about, as you know, I talk about depression because I suffer from it. Um, so today is of interest to you actually because yesterday was a day I would have considered depression free. Um, I really can't say I felt anything all day. Um, and while that's great, I want you to know that when you yourself have days where you feel great, um, remember, don't don't worship that day as the new standard for your life, because if you do, you run a risk, you run a real risk that when the next bad day comes along, you will feel um, you will feel cheated, you will feel um, kind of lost, you will probably feel worse than the last day that you were having a bad day. You will also probably feel um, desperately depressed, obviously, but more so. The chances are, um, well, no, not the chances, sorry, that you will get over that as well as you always do. You will get past that because you, like me, are an overcomer. We're not here to give in. We're amazing. We're fantastic. Don't forget that. A little bit more on that later, though. What I want to talk about is how what you should do when the subject of this video is when you follow a great day and then the next day is you're feeling off again. Um, you can't put your finger on it. Don't try. Don't sit there trying to debate with your nature why today is bad when yesterday was good. There is a reason, but you're not going to find it. And by searching for it, you're just going to probably drive yourself crazy. You're going to make yourself have a really bad day. What my suggestion would be is just remember, this day will pass as they always pass. You'll learn from this day. You know, this day is a gift. Not all gifts are good feeling gifts. Not all gifts are happily accepted. A lot of gifts. Excuse me for that. I don't know why that keeps on going on. But a lot of gifts are hard to accept. But to grow as a person, when you accept that gift, you will grow. Remember that. Number one, though, don't give in. Okay, keep going. Keep your sense of strength. Keep your sense of how amazing you are. How amazing I am. We're so amazing. If you compare yourself to somebody who you consider to be close to or as normal as you can imagine, and you wonder why you can't live a life like that, remember that normal person is well, I won't say that bit first. What that normal person is not hasn't got the gifts you've got. They're not going through, well, at least in your mind, right? That normal person is not going through what you're going through. And you might think, well, that makes them better than me. You know, why can't I be like that? No, listen. Um, if you needed something from a group of people, would you go to somebody who'd been pampered all their life, who wouldn't necessarily share that with you? Or would you go to somebody who's been through agony all the way through their life and has learnt so much from it, and you're going through something that that person has gone through? Now, I know that that's not a real world situation, but it is actually, which I'll mention in a minute as well. Um, it's what I'm trying to say is the most amazing people on earth are the people who've gone through their own stuff, their own life. Excuse me, my mouth dry. Right. If you want to become a person who has lived a life worth living, you have to take the rough with the smooth. You cannot look for the ideal life and think that's a good life, because it's not. All it takes is a Google search for you to realise. Right, that just disconnected. I don't know if it's still... Sorry about this. If this is live... Oh, is somebody watching? Right. What I'm trying to say is, if somebody can still see me, I've reconnected, I think. I've lost my track now because of this stupid broadband. Right, I'm feeling better talking about this, actually. Listen, we are amazing because of what we go through. Our trials in life make us stronger. We don't feel stronger while we're going through them. No, of course we don't. But you stand next to somebody who hasn't been through these trials, and they'll probably snigger because they don't understand. They're ignorant. You know, we are amazing. We're warriors. We're soldiers. We are overcomers. Yeah, you may or may not be a person of religion, but I am, and there's a lot of things in there that I like about what it says when it says... Is it disconnecting again? You're back on. Right. Excuse me if... right, so whether that be... See, it's lost my track. Whether what the Bible says is true or not, which I believe it is, like I say, the point is... Oh, right. The point is, that's a great thing to say from a would-be creator, as I believe the creator is, that he's saying he looks down on the people of overcoming life. In other words, we are the cream of his crop. Not people who are laying around lounging on whatever and money and fast cars and yachts and that lot. They think that is a good life because they look at other people, but when they get it all, they're missing something. And that thing that they're missing is trial by fire. That's what life's about. That's what we're designed to do. It might not feel nice at the time, like I say, but we grow that way. We become better. We become stronger, more wiser. So if today is that day where you feel depressed and you're wondering why, maybe following a day where, or maybe weeks ago, you were thinking you were really, really getting on with life and great, remember that these days do come back. Waves and windows in anything, really. Waves and windows with depression is a thing where you will go into bad times, good times, bad times, good times. There's no rhyme or reason to it either. Some of the bad times 6 months later can be worse than the ones you had 6 months ago. Don't try to rationalize it, or you will start thinking there is something wrong with you when there isn't. There isn't. You're great. You're fantastic. You're amazing. We really are. You've got to look at it the right way. It's point of view. It's perspective. Yeah? It's... Please still be alive. Right. What that person who has gone through trial has benefited from, just look at the job. I know this is one thing, but this is one thing that I can point out in this video that is a point that people look at and think, wow, that person's been through a lot. Listen, I was looking at the jobs, right? Because I'm going to be a peer support worker soon. But I was looking at the jobs on the NHS, and the pay rate sometimes is a lot more than a qualified person if you have been a person who has gone through trial and tribulation in your own life. Did you know the NHS hire support workers for the judicial process, and one of the requirements is that you have been in trouble with the police and come through it the other end. In other words, what they told you when you were a child, you're not going anywhere because you've been in prison. Don't go in prison, it'll ruin your life. These people are now being seen as assets. I know they victimized somebody. I know they caused somebody trouble, right? And that is a whole different story. I am not making that into a, I'm not trying to downplay that in any way. That is something else that needs to be dealt with in another way. It's not for this subject. What I'm trying to point out is, if you are a person who has said, I deserve a second chance, I really, really feel remorseful for my life in the past, and you start thinking, nope, I've got no future because of look what I did, or look what I've been through. You couldn't be more wrong. People of struggle, people who've been through struggle in their life, disabilities, or are still in that struggle, have learnt things that you cannot learn in a degree, or in a PhD, or in a master's degree, or whatever you want to call it. All them flashy names don't stand a chance of comparing to a person who's been through a lengthy time of depression, through anxiety, through mental illness of any type, in and out of the judicial system. You know, if you are remorseful, if you're one of these people who've been in and out of jail, right? Don't look at yourself in the mirror and think that you're a bad person. Look in the mirror and be remorseful for what you did. Ask for forgiveness. Even if you can, try and get forgiveness from the person who you did this thing to. That person may not be accepting of you in any way, but it's better than just hiding away from the situation that you did, or you know what I'm trying to say. Once you've done something in life, it's just done. You can make amends. Whether or not the victim is ready for them amends, it's a two-way street. You are looking for the amends. You are trying to repair the damage that you did. And no, it can't be repaired all the time. I know it can't. But, I mean, I've never done anything like that. And I've never been in jail or anything like that. But my jail has been my body, my world, my reality. And I'm beginning to understand that it's not a jail, it's a school of hard knocks. If you are going to go for a degree, good, but don't forget that degree is going to be hard work, as it should be. Now, where would you like to apply that hard work? In reality, or in the degree? Take the degree, that's great. There's nothing wrong with a degree or a PhD. I'm just saying that the workplace is beginning, or is really understanding that a real life experience is a qualification. They will hire you. Just look on the NHS websites for people who have been through any type of problem. If it's been recorded with the with the NHS, or with the local early intervention team or psychosis team, or you've been to the doctors, in and out, don't forget, right, that there is people out there that see that as an asset. You're not a waste. You are not a waste. You're amazing. You're great. Yeah, I mean that. I know I can't see who you are, but you are. You truly are amazing. You are. And life will be great, I promise you. As it is now. It's just we can't see it because we're poorly. We're poorly. And when we're poorly, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But it is there. It is there, especially for us. We don't, I mean, if you really want to drill down into it, we're so lucky. We're so lucky we've been given something that you can't pay for it with money. And why would you want to pay for it? Why would you want this? Right? I'll tell you why. Because it's going to turn you into something that you never imagined. You're going to have this knowledge in your mind. You're going to have this experience, this wisdom. And you're going to live a fantastic life. A different life, but a fantastic life. Right? Just be strong. Please I don't know if you're going to see this video at any time or anything, but please comment if you need to talk to me, because it helps me as well. It's a selfish reason. It helps me. I love to know that I'm helping, and anybody who comments, I'm going to talk about you in the next video. Try and stop me. I'm not going to talk about you in a bad way. I mean, I'm going to talk about you and your experiences, maybe not even refer to you by name if you don't want to, but everything I learn, if ever these videos get watched, everything I learn is going to be part of my experience as well from you. So good luck for your rest of the day. I'm going to try and keep making these videos. It's important. It's also very it's therapeutic. I don't know, I mean, I feel better, but I'm just going to deal with the day like I always do. I'm going to go out and be strong and remember who I am. I'm going to remember who I am. I'm not a waste of time. I'm amazing. Maybe not from the point of view from society. To be amazing, you've got to have the gold bling around your neck. How pathetic is that? You've got to have the car, you've got to have the physique, you've got to have the all these things that do not matter. They don't matter at all. They're nothing. What truly matters is what we overcome in life, and how much what we do with our life. What makes something of your life? What does that mean? What we're doing. We are the people who are making something of our life. We're reaching that limit, that edge, that point where you think you never wanted to be when you were younger. You thought, I'll never be like that. And you're reaching that point, you go into that edge, and you're not giving in. You're not going to give in. You're going to keep going. When you go over that limit and you think to yourself, how can a person live like this? You're going to keep fighting. And you're going to keep on going. And then it'll all feel worthwhile. On them good days, you'll think, wow. You'll look back and you'll go, did I really go through all that? How amazing am I? And I know if I go through something similar, I can just ride along it, because I've got the tools. I've been through it. And you'll see these people who are supposedly amazing, you know, they've got the car, they've got the whatnot and everything. They can't deal with an inch of what you've been through, or a moment, because they haven't learnt it, they haven't earned it. And they'll come running to you, or they'll listen at the very least, or they'll watch the videos that you make, or they'll go and get help from people who've been through these things. So I don't want to say who is the better person, no. I want to say, who is the person that's earned a life worth living? It's you, it's me. We are earning that life. And according to the book that the Creator is in, or what do they call it, the Creator's book, the Bible, we are the people that He blesses. He doesn't bless Simon Cowell because he's got 3 cars, or 300 cars, I mean, or... It's pathetic when you think about it, isn't it? You know? You got 30 mansions, 30 cars, 30 whatever, millions of dollars, pounds in the bank. How pathetic is that? It really is. Yeah, you can have fun, but life's not about having fun. It's about overcoming and living a life worth living. Don't forget that, please. Don't forget that. And if you need to talk to anybody, reach out to me, please, or reach out to somebody else you believe in, or you see as an overcomer, or as a person who's got experience. Don't listen to the horror stories, because they're all lies. Because we're still here. Because we're the winners. So the horror stories are not even valid. And your mind as well. Just before I go, your mind telling you that all these bad things that are causing us to feel this way. Do you want to hear this, right? This is the big thing. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Because another thing that is in the Bible, it says, it doesn't say from what, or it doesn't say what you should not worry about, but it does say this: Do not fret. Do not worry about anything. There is nothing to worry about because I am with you. The same person, creator, who said that we should live a life worth living, and we are blessed if we do, is the person, creator, spirit that is with us now. Why can't we feel him? Because we know he's here. We have to have faith he's here. And in that, it reminds us that we should not worry. We should not worry. Doesn't mean we won't worry. But listen, being told that you should not worry by your parents makes it sound like they're saying, it's okay, everything is going to be okay. In other words, the Bible's telling you there's nothing, and it does say this actually, by the way. Do a Google search on the Bible Gateway. There is nothing to worry about. No matter what is happening tomorrow, now, or yesterday, there is nothing to worry about. If you are in the worst possible situation that you're saying now, but you don't know what I'm going through, it's nothing to worry about. You will worry, you will stress because you're a human being. But in the universal law, there is nothing to worry about. Nothing can affect your place in this universe. Nothing. If you're dying, I'm really sorry about that. But the thing is, there's nothing to worry about. I believe there's a much better place coming. We carry a mind which is a soul. And that mind and soul, or both the same, do not die. The body dies and decays. If you don't believe me, look up NDEs. If you want scientific proof, NDEs on YouTube. Near-death experiences. Wow. It'll blow your mind. There's just so much of it. Anyway, I'm going to stop harping on. I'm wasting your day away because the days are wasting even though it's raining. It's a beautiful day. Go out and enjoy it. Right? Well, you won't. By the time you watch this, it'll be another day, won't it? But right. Bye-bye. I think that means there's a viewer there. I don't even know. Right. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now. I can stop it.